Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be using some exciting glue gun techniques to achieve some beautiful results. It's very easy, but I'm sure you might not have tried everything I'm about to show you. Let's get right into it. Now, I realized I haven't used my glue gun for quite some time. I know how many of you were asking for different glue in the gun, so today I'm going to use the golden sticks. I hope that's going to be exciting. Here is another 50 by 20 lightweight canvas, and let's start with layering the colors. The colors I will be using today are burnt sienna, yellow ochre, burnt amber, light gold, titanium white, and perhaps Mars black or silver, haven't decided yet. Or maybe pearl space grey. I want a messy background. I am not going to pour. I usually use pouring with my glue gun technique. This time I want to do it differently. I hope you're going to enjoy it and you'll find it easy. I am intending to make chrysanthemums. Some time ago I saw a painting in a shop actually that I thought, oh, I would like to do something similar, but there was no name, there was no artist, it wasn't an art shop, so I have no idea who came up with the design. I don't think I've used palette knife like this on a long canvas, this messy style before. I did a series of flowers on deep square canvases in this style. They are very popular actually, especially the hydrangeas, if you haven't watched them. I was wondering whether to add any texture, but I'm planning on some interesting flowers, so I'll leave it like this. I could use a credit card as well, or any card. Also create some nice marks, but different. Before I'm going to use my glue gun, I was looking at some chrysanthemums, and I think I am in love with those spider variety. Look at those spindly petals, incredible. So I want something like that, but simplified, of course. Or like this one. Oh, look at this. I'm trying to see how big I want it, and some of them, maybe this one will be bigger, and a couple of smaller ones. It's going to look something like that. Okay, let's have a go. These are my glue sticks. I'm getting excited now. This is my silicone mat, and I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to keep it on the silicone mat roughly to know what size I want it. I purchased the Precision nozzle glue gun, but I realized I actually want bigger blocks. That's why I'm using the old one. Hopefully that will work. And plus there was a golden glue stick already in it. I last used it making the crane, one of my favorite paintings. If you haven't watched it, there's a link. I really like the outcome. Let's join this one to my old stick, so we've got a longer one. Now, when I came up with the idea of using the silicone mat, it absolutely revolutionized my glue gun work because it's so easy to peel off. It was just awesome. I was so happy. Now, I do want like bigger blocks on the ends, so right, it's looking fine. I might put some little ones to kind of join it all together. I think I'm too cautious, I should be faster. I will tell you in a minute why I don't want to do it on this, even though I could, I suppose. Because once I put it on my painting, there will be no return. I love those thick endings. I like turning everything that I make because it's easier to access it. I miss the glue gun work. Make thinner lines, thicker lines. Okay, I'm happy with this spider chrysanthemum. Now let's test it. This is my prototype. Haha, so nice. Ta-da! Oh, it's going to be fun. And it's working really well. Shall I do it directly on the canvas? If I mess it up, it's going to be more exciting. What shall I do? Just roughly draw what I want them, I suppose. Or shall I continue and just glue them and then reposition them? I am tempted to risk it, you know. I'm using the same template, but I'm definitely not going to make it the same way. This is only to give me the rough size, that's it. I thought and I thought and I thought about it, and I'll tell you what the biggest advantage of making it on a mat is. First of all, once I have them ready, I love repositioning them and seeing what's the best arrangement. I'm really into composition. That actually overweighted the other argument, so therefore we are doing it on the mat. Oh no. Oh, if that happened on the canvas, I would be very unhappy. I love peeling it off the mat. This is another advantage. So satisfying, super satisfying. We've got the second one. Needs to be peeled. This is so nice. Yeah. I think I'm going to make a couple of really small ones, like some buds. So I'm making a third one and then a couple of buds. This is the glue I'm going to use, and I'm going to start with this blossom. I suppose I should investigate some spray glue. That will be super easy. But this one is very nice. I glued my crane with it, and it's very strong. It's also water-based, so if anything goes wrong, I can reposition it and I can wipe it off, which I think is really, really important. I'm going to wait a minute, the glue to become a bit more, well, tacky, and then we are ready to go. Ready to transfer, ready to transfer. Something like and that's what I meant, that it's not like super glue. I can reposition it slightly. I think that will look nice. Now once I'm happy, I'm going to press it down. I think I am happy. All nicely glued. Looks very pretty. What we need now is some stems, but I'm not going to risk and put stems here because if something goes wrong, I'll peel off the background. We need something very thin for the baby, for the little bud. The good news is I can adjust it, you know, once I've done it. Now this one, how is this one going? Maybe a bit thicker. Let's see how that goes. I'm planning a little vase here. I don't know how yet, but I'll come up with something later. So, oh, that's a nice stem for this one. I quite like it. Let's try. It's good because it's flexible, so I can position it any way I want. That's a really tiny one. But it's a tiny flower. That's the best one. Now this, I'm going to make it much longer because it's going to be joining this one. This is the very last piece. I managed to stick everything else down. It was pretty easy. I just wanted something here on this side. I think that will look nice. All right. I've been holding each piece down for like a minute or two. And nothing moves. It's time to make the vase. I'm not sure about the shape, so I'm kind of going to quickly try what might look good or not. Just a square one. How was that? Not very nice. This is a super quick mock-up to see if I like it. Forgive me the mess on the vase. That looks better. However, this is way too big. Oh, I quite like it. It's so thin, you know. Something like that. I was thinking what would be the best material to make the vase. I could make it out of air drying clay. That would be really nice. However, because I am pressed for time, I'm doing this video just before my flight. I'd have to finish that quickly. So if we have to finish quickly, it has to be something that will be dry. I was looking through some other stuff and I came across some fabrics. Why not use the fabric? Okay, so I'm just going to draw around it and cut it out. Okay, I can see that this cloth is... that didn't work. I need a different pencil. Let's try it again. This is a softer pencil. Now I'll see it. If it works, I'll be happy. If not, we'll find something else. How is that looking? It's, of course, it's going to be painted. I think I like it, like this. Now, how do we glue it? So I'm going to soak it with, well, is it extra strong multi-purpose glue? I think that would be best. If you're working with anything like this, I recommend ventilated area. And I am going to paint it once it's stuck and once it's all dry. It will just have this nice texture that I wanted. What's the lowest we can get? I didn't want to touch it, so I used another piece of rubbish that might be useful, just cellophane. But I think we will have a really nice texture. I know you did not expect that. I actually didn't expect that. Little surprise. It's nice because it all covers all that glue gun underneath. Okay, I think I can leave it safely to dry. The flowers are very nice, but they're really standing out. And I kind of want them more disappearing into the background, if I can say that. So perhaps some of you will be upset with me now, what I'm going to do. And no, of course, I haven't tried it before, so I don't know if I'm making a mistake. But I want to cover those flowers with some paint and then maybe rub off some of the gold. I might be making a huge mistake, so forgive me. I hope you won't be upset with me. And hopefully my gut feeling is telling me the right thing. See what happens. I personally am liking the effect. Maybe a bit too much, so no problem here. Can wipe some of it off. I was worried that I was wrong. But I am so happy with the outcome, because my main problem was how to make the flowers look 3D with darker edges with the white background. And now, since I made the flowers white, actually my gold became the darker feature, if you know what I mean. They are multicolored, however, in reverse, and I'm very happy with that. Now, with this, if I make it white now, we will see that color, and I'm not too keen on this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix brown first and then rub white on top. I think that will look really nice. This is the first time ever I am making mixed media piece with a bit of sackcloth, potato sack, and I'm liking it. Darker and lighter, that will be nice. No, 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 this is not the toothbrush I'm using. I just wanted to recover some of the texture. Oh, since my flowers are white on this side, I should make the vase lighter on this side as well. So my mistake, should be darker here. And I'm already thinking how to preserve the piece, so it's going to be varnished, several layers, so no worries about this. Plus this is solid dry now. A little bit of a shadow, it always helps. See the difference? My finger, bit of white. I'm just adding to this side because we've got white over here. I'm just into gold leaf recently. That's the third video I've been using gold leaf. So this is the gilding paste. And I'm just going to touch up my chrysanthemums with this. And now, since I've got the left side white, I apply this more on the right. Time for the gold leaf. And I just realized I've got all those leftover bits. I'm sure that's going to be enough. That's from the latest video, both from the feather and the ginkgo. Also, some of you don't know, but every Saturday there's a live premiere where we have an amazing group. You know, everybody's chatting, you can talk to me, you can ask me questions. It's so much fun, I love it. Alright, so I'll continue and we'll be back once everything is stuck. Time to take it off. Oh, that's super cute. Very pleased with the flowers. I'm not sure how to add gold to the vase. I sprinkled some gold on it and I didn't like it. It has to be smooth and nice, so I am going to attach something like this. A bit of that glue gun section. I just want a little gold on top, but I don't want it on top of the feather. Well, there we are. There were some exciting moments in the creation of this piece for me. I wonder what your favorite technique was. Please let me know in the comments. If you're looking for extra content, why not check out my Patreon, where I upload extended versions of my tutorials every week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next week at the premiere of my new video. Bye bye!